now recite the Song of Covenant on page 8 of your religion book.
We, the Daishin Kokuji Sangha, with respect for the worth and dignity of each person, with wonder at the wisdom and compassion we seek to cultivate by practice, and with deep gratitude for the teachers of this lineage and our connection to one another, covenant to support each other by upholding the precepts of doing no harm, practicing good, and actualizing good for others.
Please be seated. Facing the front so you can see the talk today. First, we will chant the Gatha on opening the sutra, which is also on page 8.
강기 두쟁이 손에 따와담 제범에서 담배춘에 되고 담대라 차세로 I homage to Buddha. Good morning everyone. Buddha Dharma friends. We are honored to be here to share our knowledge with you, and also we are getting more knowledge from you too. So today I'm going to share some knowledge on topic on the Four Noble Truths, and I feel like I'm giving exam to you. You can you can judge that my knowledge is good or not, because you already know that the Four Noble Truth. So I'm not going more detail, as you know that the Four Noble Truth. I believe that you all have those knowledge in detail. Just I'm going to share my some experience and some main point, what I feel are my experience, and how we get benefit from the message of the Four Noble Truth. So, Four Noble Truth, truth of suffering, truth of cause, truth of cessation, truth of path, is the foundation knowledge, basic knowledge of the Buddhism. So Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana, all of those knowledge, all of those practice should be start from Four Noble Truths. So this is basic one, and it is the foundation is very important, and also the first teaching of the Buddha after he get enlightenment. It is the first teaching of, and the next is the four truths. So we say four truths. So why it mentioned the truth? Because there are a lot of truth in this world. The bad truth, good truth. So there's a lot of truth. And why it mentioned the only Four Noble Truths. So, and so we are ordinary beings. Ordinary beings' perspective have a wrong view. So, so what we see, our perspective is wrong, because the suffering, what the thing which is reality in suffering, but in ordinary beings look them as a pleasure, like a change of suffering. Change of suffering is the pleasure, short-term pleasure, it change into the suffering. But we look them into the great pleasure, we recognize as a happiness and pleasure, and we fall into the great suffering. So our perspective are wrong. It is not truth. So, and also the cause of suffering, the real cause of suffering, but in reality, those are the real cause of suffering, but we believe those are the pleasure. We believe in pleasure, and we want to overcome from suffering, but we involve in cause of suffering because we go in a wrong way, searching of the happiness and pleasure. So ordinary beings, their perspective, their perceived are wrong, not the truth. So what Arya beings look, those are truth. So here Four Noble Truth is what Arya beings look on that. It's truth, like the negative emotions and the negative karma are the real cause of suffering. So the Arya beings see them as a cause of suffering. So that is the truth. So that's why the mention, the why it's called truth. So our perspectives are wrong. It's not truth. So that's why the mention the truth. And why the next is why there are only four. So the truth of suffering and truth of cause is how we enter in this world, in this samsara. It's all about how we enter in this samsara, how we fall in the suffering. And truth of cessation and truth of path is how we eliminate, how we liberate from the suffering. So cause and effect. So if we real understanding um, those four noble truth, and this is all the, this is all the solution of long-term happiness. Long-term happiness. That's why there are only four. This four is enough. If we understand reality, we don't need the more knowledge. These knowledge are more. There are a lot of knowledge in this world, but which is more benefit for us, which is more related with our daily life, is the most important knowledge. So that's why. So the next is I want to talk about the truth of suffering. First is truth of suffering. So in this world, many people don't want to talk about suffering because they think that if we talk about suffering, but then this talk make them more suffering, more sad, more happy, unhappy. This topic is, make them more sad. But this is, wrong perception. Because then why there are so mention about suffering in this Buddhism? So we should know that what is Buddha wants to give message, talking about more on suffering. So we should know that what is the exact one Buddha wants to give message is, so it is there is questions that you want suffering or not. That is the questions. If we don't want the suffering, then we need solution, not the temporary solution. We need permanent solution, long-term solution. Then if we want to know the solution, then we need to investigate, we need to get more knowledge on the suffering, what is the nature of suffering, what is the cause of suffering. So we investigate. Otherwise, we will suffer a lot. So our samsara, we are suffering in samsara and going round and round. We are not getting solution because we are only looking on the temporary solution. So temporary solution is, the non-religion follower is they can find, but in Buddhism we are finding or searching on the long-term solution or permanent solution. So that's why the Buddha mentioned about suffering in many volume or many chapter about the solution. So that's why we need to talk about suffering, what is the cause of suffering, then we can overcome from the suffering. Otherwise, if we don't want to, example, if we have the serious disease, then if we want to overcome from that disease, then we need to go to the doctor, hospital, and the doctor search what is the cause of suffering, how we prevent the suffering, how we remove those disease, all investigate, same like that. And the Four Noble Truths, the suffering and cause of suffering, all those teaching is the basic from the cause and effect. So if we really understand this one, then it teaches us the Buddhism's not believing in God creator. So this is the main knowledge. That if we, some Buddhisms in Asian, they believe that the deity, the God will help us with the magic power. They believe, but this is not the correct percept. In Buddha, the Buddha said that he cannot wash He cannot remove our suffering by his hand. He cannot wash our negative karma by water. He cannot give his knowledge direct from his heart. And he can do is to show you the right path through teaching. And if we follow that teaching, then we can overcome from the suffering. So this is the main concept of the Buddhism. So not we are the only protector of ourselves. We are the only friend of ourselves. We are the only enemy, great enemy of ourselves. If we involve in negative actions every day, every time, then we are the great enemy of oneself. So we cannot blame another when we fail or we face the problem. We should take the 100% responsibility of our life. And also, the Four Noble Truths teach us that our life is, our consciousness is beginningless. So previous life, next life, all those also related with the Four Noble Truths. So also we should believe on, previous life or next life. If we don't believe on those precepts, then we cannot do the practice properly. We cannot understand properly like a bodhicitta mind. So bodhicitta mind, there's a lot of teaching that every beings are become our mother in previous life, so in beginningless. So if we don't accept next life or previous life, then how we believe that every beings became already in our previous life, our mother. So we block all those knowledge, compassion, all those. So there's a lot of teaching that explanation of next life, or there's a lot of logic in Prajna Paramita. So we should try understand to get those knowledge instead of there's no proof of next life or previous life, and we start not believing on that. It's not solution. We just try more the logic, those try to understand. And next is the truth. What is the truth of the cause of suffering is, negative emotions. So negative emotions and negative karma. So negative karma is created from the negative emotions. So the Buddhisms, when we search for the solution, is not the temporary. We try to search from the the beginning, from the cause of suffering. Just whenever we suffer, we face problem, we just investigate what is the cause of suffering. Then we try to avoid those suffering, like involving in negative actions, negative emotions. That's why we are suffering. So the main solution is to reduce negative emotions, remove negative emotions, and train our mind. And the people get search for solution following their desire. I want new car, I want new iPhone. Then they just following after the desire. So desire object is limitless. So if we follow the search the solution following the desire, then we will never going to be satisfaction in our life. So then what is the solution of satisfaction of our life is to tempt our mind. So we can change our interests. So if I give example, then when we are small, 3 age, 4, 5 age, then we interest playing with a toy. But when we become adult, we don't want to more um, involve playing with small toys. So our interests change. So same like that, we can change our interests, and so we can change our goal through transform our mind, our thought. So we tempt our mind. So if we make our goal in make your life meaningful, peace of mind, real happiness, and then we can get um, more happier, more peace of mind. So also the one thing is sometimes we say that suffering is not good, but in Buddhism the one logic that suffering have also there's no 100% bad. So whenever we have suffering, it reduce our negative karma. Our negative karma and suffering. Let us remember the Buddha practice of the Dharma, humbleness, and so in our daily life we accumulate more negative karma. So whenever we face the problems and suffering, the negative emotion, negative karma reducing. And whenever we have very happy gift, surprise gift, expensive gift, then we are reducing positive karma. So it's like you earn a lot of money and you go to the vacation, and whenever you spend a lot of money, then your bank account in their money is reduced. Same like that. So Buddhism teach us, if you want to be happy, be skillful, and when you have suffering, it is not the 100% bad things. So just concentrate about solution, and it will be better. Not just focus on the suffering, only on the suffering. And last, I just want to say that there are a lot of Buddhism activities: fasting, lamb offering, prostate, and meditations. So all those things, the goal should be transform our mind. So that is more important. So usually we do a lot of practice. Like if I give you an example of lamb offering. So lamb offering is not just offering of the lamb. It gives you the good message that when we turn on the lamp, it eliminates the darkness and it makes brighter. So it's give you a message that if you learn more knowledge, then your ignorance eliminates. It's the one knowledge will eliminate your ignorance, and your wisdom going to be more sharper, and you get more idea, and you are getting more happier, more stronger. So this is also the real meaning of the lamb offering. So we should not forget the real meaning. So whenever you go do any activities, the goal should be transform our mind. Also do the meditation. Meditation is not just forgetting the problem. It is to make our mental stronger, that solve the solution. So make our mental stronger, and focus on make habituate of thinking on the positive things. So those we should not forget. And also the one thing is, whenever we do the practice in the Shirin room, and when we come out from the Shirin room, we should not forget those advice. So don't make separate our practice and our daily life. Put together. So whenever we So in Shirin room, when we do the meditation, we stay with the Dharma friend, we don't need any advice, practice, because everything is good behavior, and good day. Everything is good, we don't need any practice. When bad day happening, when the bad people we meet, then the patience, understanding, all those the meditations, all need mindfulness, all we need on that time. So we should not forget. So people behave very good in Shirin room. When they come out from and someone come to disturb you, then you just directly forget all those practice and fight to argument using harsh language. Then practice is not benefit for our daily life. So practice should be useful in our daily life. So never think that make separate our practice, and you are not only going to practice in Shirin room. You should bring practice in your daily job, in bus, in restaurant, with the family. You should not be mindful. Mindfulness advice is that. So whenever you eating food, or you should be mindful that what we are going to eat is healthy, is a right amount, all those to keep our body healthy. So mindful is useful in our daily life. So um, whenever you go also out from the Shirin room, then we should more mindful. So here I'm going to stop, and thank you. And thank you, the Buddhist Center of Toledo, that the lot of support our monastery and give the opportunity to share our knowledge, and we are also getting more knowledge from you also. Thank you.
That concludes our service today. Thank you so much. New folks, very much welcome. If you have any questions, you can ask anyone in a row. Sangha folks, there's tons of events for on-go, so check your email, check the daily snail. For lunch, after we do our meal chant, the monks will do their meal chant, and then please let them eat first. And, all right, any other